I did it again, everybody. Where I'm not prepared. That's what happens when I don't record in 2 weeks. Yeah, we're live, Chris. Yeah, we're live, pal.
Wow, just right
Yeah,
into it.
when I don't record for 2 weeks, I didn't do any fantasy content for the last 2 weeks. I didn't do no holds barred last week. This is basically like me back. Like I'm trying to iron things out. So I apologize to everybody out there, you guys included, because I didn't expect this either. But we are here live. Friday night, pal. We're live, pal. Yeah, we're back. I spent last weekend in Puerto Rico where I could not record anything. I didn't really have much cell service there either, but I had a blast. I saw a lot of Bad Bunny. I didn't see him, but I saw a lot of Bad Bunny out there. You can't Clutch. Where you don't have to give us like a location of like exactly where you live, but like what country? What I forget. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm in the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Okay. Is there a big like star that's coming out of the Netherlands ever? Like ever?
No.
Okay. Well, if you go to Puerto Rico, every single shop, every single store has Bad Bunny merchandise you can buy, and I've never like seen something like that. So that was cool. The shirt I wanted to buy, although I am an NFL fan, was a picture of Bad Bunny holding an NFL football that says NFL on it and him giving the middle finger to it. That was the coolest shirt I saw. I almost bought it, but I'm like, I can't wear that here because I have kids and stuff. But I like how they play into that whole thing. By the way, best vacation I've ever had in my life. 10 out of 10, I recommend going to Puerto Rico if you've not been. Clutch, have you been?
I have not.
What was the occasion there? Just because?
Sam's bachelor party, my brother.
Right.
Okay. Sam's getting married on the 10th this month.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes some more sense now. Like when you text me that's where you're going, I'm like, kind of feels like out of left field right there for you. Just guys, I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Chris, you know I like the Spanish culture. Listen, we don't need to get into my women of choice, but I prefer the Latina side. And let me tell you guys, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. 10, that's all I'm going to say. 10 out of 10 in that aspect if you ever go to Puerto Rico. All right, let's get to wrestling, though. The someone I didn't want to see came out on Raw, and she interacted with someone who's not even on the show. So Cody Rhodes opened the show, and we got Stephanie. Chris was asking us, like, why, before the show, why did she come out? I'm kind of confused. I'm lost.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the same thing, like, this is going to be you're not good enough, Cody. You're not ready for Randy, Cody. And that's exactly what we got. I'm going to defer to Clutch to start out because, as you guys can tell with my tone, I was not a fan of this segment whatsoever. Chris is confused by this segment. Clutch, You're a mark. Don't worry, brother. I'm a mark too.
Thank you.
Why did you like this show? Like, why did you like it? I'm assuming you liked it. Did you like this segment?
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. So I was I guess the word was confused for me. Because, sure, it got the nice little pop and everything because you didn't expect that coming in a million years, that we would have a Cody Rhodes, Stephanie McMahon segment. It was very confusing in the sense that, what are they going to say? And then it very quickly got into, okay, we're doing the whole, you're not good enough to beat this Randy. You have to tap into your dark side, da-da-da. The whole thing. They added a few shots with talking about the dads, and that one got a reaction. Which, by the way, the whole thing where Cody told Stephanie, "You're not your dad either," he made that sound like it's a bad thing.
Yes, yes. I expected Stephanie to go, well, thank God I'm not my dad, because she opened up, "Welcome to the place my grandfather." She made it very a point to say, "Welcome to the place my grandfather built." Like she made it very, very adamant of who she's speaking with.
Yeah, in my head, I very much thought it was, as soon as she said the grandfather line, I was like, okay, they're trying to distance the whole, not have Vince in this. And then Cody just says, "Nope, you're not Vince."
She's like, thank you.
It was very confusing. And then when Cody like actually grabbed her by the arm, I was so convinced that Triple H was about to come out.
Can I butt in real quick?
Yeah.
Chris, and you please comment the placing of that. Like they did some random like pose before that where they both stood with their backs to the hard cam, and like where Stephanie's like, "Okay, are you gonna grab me here? When does he grab me?" Then they started to walk, and then he grabbed her. I'm like, what was that? Like, what is this? What am I watching? And I felt like the fans thought the same thing. Like they were into it because of Stephanie, but what was that? That would, to me, clutch. I don't know. I don't know how anyone, like, even if Triple H, what could that have done? What did this segment accomplish?
Yeah, it was for me. It was very confusing, as I was telling you guys before the show. I've missed a few shows. I'm sure people have noticed. Haven't been able to keep up with wrestling. So when I watched that this week, I was like, Stephanie McMahon, when did this happen? And why is she out here confronting Cody? I definitely missed more than I thought I missed. But hearing you guys' confusion over this whole segment confirms that I guess we're all just confused about it. It didn't make a lot of sense. I guess were they just trying to throw her in there to help fuel this feud right now, to help give it a little extra fuel?
Yeah, I think that's the reason that that they did it, actually, because I guess you want to tie somebody in who has suffered from Randy before, and they had that whole thing back in '09 where, yeah, Cody even mentioned that, oh, we you did some things that like can't show on TV anymore, haha. And yeah, so I guess that's the connection. And the whole grabbing her arm thing, I guess, was an attempt for to show like Cody has this like side that he can do things like that. I don't know.
I was sitting there going, put her in it. Put her in the crossroads. Don't do it, but put her in it. Have security come out. Let Cody show his dark side. He has one. He was a heel all through ROH. Like we all know he could be a heel. But this seemed like we're in MSG, we're at Madison Square Garden. This is one of the biggest shows of the year. We're gonna have everybody here. Roman, Brock, even Triple H got an appearance in the show, which we'll talk about soon. Like this felt like to me more of a we're at MSG. Let's give them everything we got. We're not gonna hold anyone back. We're just gonna let if you're a star and you're here, go for it. I wish they would have done something differently. I wish they would have put maybe someone Randy Orton has beat up like in the past, such as an old legend. Like Cody, I was riding with your dad. I know you could, blah 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 blah. This is a different Randy. He put me in this something. No, it's Stephanie, and I think Stephanie, like for example, no disrespect to Bobby Melendez, the final boss of this network, Finn's Talk Sports Network, but he's the kind of guy who would pop for Stephanie. I'm not. Like he would. Like, oh, Stephanie. Like I don't think she's a Hall of Famer. I think it's a joke that she's going in. I don't respect Stephanie as much as like some of the fans do. I don't think that she added much, honestly. So this wasn't for me. This segment wasn't for me. If it was any other wrestler that I had respect for, I think it would have gone over better. But it just wasn't for me, especially the whole like grab her arm and then dramatically and she dramatic. All that to me was just like, what is this? Like, just leave this on SmackDown. Like, we're good. Give us Brock and Oba. Don't give us this. Wish we got Brock and Oba later. So, I'm curious to see how this goes on SmackDown tonight because we are live Friday night. And Stephanie did mention Randy is getting counseled through his head, his voices, but also somebody on the phone, which we talked about. Chris, are you aware of this phone person he's been speaking with? Do you know anything about this?
I am not. Who's been on the phone speaking to him?
I don't know. Clutch, who's been on the phone speaking with him?
If you listen to the internet, there's a wide variety of people that we could be talking about here. It could be as simple as Cowboy Bob Orton, because they're in St. Louis today, and Randy already hinted on it on Twitter that they were gonna deliver the person tonight. So yeah, it can be Cowboy Bob Orton. I saw Vince McMahon. I saw Shane McMahon.
Yep, I saw that.
I saw, and then the one which I'm hoping for, but I'm losing a little bit of confidence in, is The Rock.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it's very interesting what that dynamic that they want to add to it. Also, I forgot to mention Ted DiBiase Jr. He just got acquitted on his like jail charges, so he's technically free to be there. So yeah. I don't know.
See, I don't think someone like Randy should be taking direction from Dwayne, but I would much rather be Dwayne than any other option you listed out. If it's Cowboy Bob Orton, it's going to be the biggest letdown ever.
No.
Nobody cares about that. Nobody would care. It would get no pop. It would get no reaction. If it's Shane, what's the point? Like, for what? I don't know who it could be or what it could be or whatever it is. I think it better be a good payoff, though, because they're running out of options. I think WrestleMania is heating up and things are good, but there's some matches or some feuds that are just thrown together and we don't know why. And we're going to talk about those here in a little bit. But first, let's talk about things that do matter that we are excited about. And yes, we will be bringing up some AEW stuff here because the greatest of all time returned to AEW television this week. Chris Koffler himself even texted me while I was in bed. Big return. And I didn't even need to look on the internet to know who it was. I had a feeling it was Chris Jericho. We'll talk about Jericho a little bit later and how thankful we all are that he is not in WWE.
You're saying that you were in bed. I'm looking at the time that I text you. It was barely after 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I was in bed.
You were in bed already.
Not a joke. So can I give you guys a quick rundown of why I'm so sleepy or why that happened? TSA lines. TSA lines.
Oh.
They're a real thing.
Yeah.
I got to the Puerto Rico airport at 3 o'clock in the morning for my 7 a.m. flight. TSA lines are real. I came straight from the casino in Puerto Rico to the airport. I did not sleep that day.
Was it rough flying out, though?
Yeah.
Tampa was bad?
No, I'm sorry. Flying out of Puerto No, Tampa was in a 9-minute line, whereas Puerto Rico was almost 2 hours. And that was at 4 a.m. with like not a lot of people there. So I could only imagine busy times. The lines are clutch. Have you seen this? Have you seen this TSA news outlet stuff?
Yeah, I have.
Don't think it's fake news. It's real news. It was a fucking disaster. Sorry, Bobby. But it's over now. It makes you want to never travel to Puerto Rico again. But I want to go back again. For sure. Yeah, it was miserable. So anyway, that's why, Chris, I was in bed by 8 o'clock every single day this week. Not only because I'm old, because I'm still catching up on sleep.
Okay. I was like, I thought you were up a little later than that.
No, I've just been exhausted. But anyway, things that we do care about. We had the big showdown. And by the way, Raw was the Paul Heyman show. It was littered with Paul Heyman from start to finish. He was the main character of this show, but he wasn't the most important character, I don't think. I don't think these two people were either, but Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar got face to face. And for the first time in a long time, Brock Lesnar was the one getting circled around the ring. Brock Lesnar was the one playing the waiting game for his opponent to come in the ring. And this was a very good segment. This is not a tribalism show, but AEW needs to take some advice here. Yes, we do love the free wrestling. Yes, Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland on AEW free television. Why are we complaining? But there's a reason why they don't do so well business-wise, because they just give free matches away. We have seen these two touch a couple times, but not enough to, I guess, give you everything. You just got a piece of the leg. You didn't get anything else. You didn't get the torso. You didn't get the chest. You didn't even get the face. You just have a leg right now to look at. That's what they're giving you. You didn't get the full body. We're about to get it at WrestleMania, and I don't think I'm more excited for any other match. And this might be the worst match on the card. But the build has been, to me, top tier elite. Like, I know where they're going. I know the direction, and I'm just super excited for it. So, Chris, this is your first time seeing this interaction like on a television show. I'm sure you've seen highlights. What do you think about this build so far?
Yeah, it's been good. So, like I said, I haven't watched every show all the way through, but I have watched some. And even if I watch the Raw recap, this is always a part of it. So, I've kept up with this going on. And yeah, it does have that big fight feel, like it's built for WrestleMania for sure. Like it feels super important. And like you said, it may not even be the best match just because it's Brock Lesnar. So he's going to have his 5 moves that he does, but it feels super important. They've done a great job building up this match.
Yes. And I don't think they need Paul to build this up anymore, which they will utilize Paul, but man, clutch. I know you got them goosebumps when Homeboy's walking down the aisle with his little trot, which I still don't like. I'm still not buying into. The only reason why I like it is because the fans chant the Oba and who, Oba, who. That's it. If there was no that, I think I wouldn't like this whole thing. but it works with his character. So you're right, Clutch. I was wrong on that. It does work. How did you like this segment?
Well, first of all, Oba is a mega star.
He is.
He has the potential to be top of the card forever if he wants to. And listen, I love the potential for the storylines also in every other match. I love the Randy Cody thing going on. I like CM Punk Roman, but this is the match I'm most excited about. And yeah, you said there is also a very high risk for a letdown because of creative. If they have Brock go over, just the match itself, there's high risk, high like levels of letdown that can happen. But off of WrestleMania build, this is for me far and away number one. And I would, I know they won't, but if they decided to just say, you know what, screw it, we're putting this main event night one, I would not bat an eye because it's that big to me. And the whole thing, and where they even got where Oba tossed this guy aside like he's a rag doll. He pushed Adam Pearce like he does not care, and then you make it feel like it's so important because you even have a guy like Triple H come in the ring saying, "No, we're splitting this up right now." When Triple H does not show up as an authority figure on camera, at least in week to week television, so he makes it also look very big. I am looking forward to and hoping for the best in what can happen. If you give me an Oba Femi win, I don't care about what the match is. Just give me that result because you want to. This is a guy you can solidify as the next big thing for a long, long time.
I am so worried they're going to screw this finish up and they're going to let Brock go over. I won't be mad if Brock goes over. Just want to make that clear. I'm not going to be upset. I don't think it's the right move. But I also don't think it's the right move, and I wish I could see happening, where Paul E does the thing he always does. Do we see Paul E leave WrestleMania with Oba? Like, he does it all the time. It's not something that's out of the realm of possibility. It's not like Oba's ever threatened Paul Heyman or ever laid his eyes on him or anything like that. It's always been about Brock. And we've seen Paul Heyman turn on Brock many times. It doesn't matter how many times. He could still walk out with him tomorrow, and he's the advocate to Brock Lesnar because it works. But I could easily see Oba Femi becoming a Brock Lesnar guy at WrestleMania. But I don't want that to be the win over Brock.
Paul Heyman guy?
Yeah. Am I crazy?
I was thinking the same. Well, I didn't think about that, but I was thinking the same thing, that I feel like lately, especially, like Paul Heyman's been bouncing around a lot. Like for a second, I had to stop and think, being that fact that I have missed a few shows, about like, who is he aligned with now? Is he aligned with multiple people or is it one person? And it got me thinking, he does bounce around a lot as of late. So I wouldn't be surprised, now that you bring that up, if they do decide to pair him with Oba Femi, because he could be the next big thing in WWE. And Paul Heyman he elevates anyone that he manages. So that wouldn't be a bad idea if they decided to go that direction. It would make a lot of sense.
Are you ready for a heel turn for Oba already, Clutch?
I'm not. I honestly don't think Oba needs it. He's so over right now.
Yes.
He doesn't even need a mouthpiece to help him talk. The crowd is so into it that you don't want any type of, even a slight bit of booze from anywhere, because they are as into it as, you probably don't watch a lot of SmackDown like you said, Josh, but as they are into Trick Williams, and it's very loud over there as well. So I think also, yeah, they've got a good thing going on in both places in terms of future stars, and I love it. But yeah, you definitely should not turn Oba at all.
The only problem I see with this is if he beats Brock, he has a fast pass to the world champion. In baby faces, I've been consistent on the show, need to be chasing. Oba's too big to chase. He will squash Cody. He will squash, you know what I mean? Like, if he just squashed the hell out of Brock, not squash, but if he just beat Brock clean, there should be no issue. He should have no obstacles. He should be world champion the next Monday Night Raw. Like the Monday after Mania, he should just be like, yeah, I beat Brock. Where's my championship match? And then you fast pass him to the championship. And then what? Then what do we do? Unless you give them an obstacle, or baby faces in my mind always need a chase, always need an obstacle, or else what are we cheering for? Like
Yeah.
nobody cheers Patrick Mahomes, nobody cheers Tom Brady. You cheer the guys like Sam Darnold. You cheer the guys who have adversity. You don't cheer the guys who have it all. And if he just beats Brock, he has it all already. That's the only concern I have with Oba Femi. I thought they did this match too soon, but I'm in for it. Like, I'm in for the ride. I think it's the best. It's by far my favorite segment every single week on wrestling. And they don't even do much. That's the funny thing about it. They don't even do much. It's just enough.
You know what's a great showdown for down the road? I don't know how far down the road. I think it's going to be Oba and Gunther, and that's going to be a showdown. And I don't know if maybe if they pull the trigger very soon and they're like, okay, this is your obstacle. It's Gunther, and then you can get to the world title. I don't know, SummerSlam later on. But I think that's a money match too.
No, it's definitely a money match. I'm glad you brought him up because I was going to transition to that segment, whatever that was. Because I'm not happy with Seth's direction right now. So
this was my other question, by the way, with this show.
And we're all confused. I think Clutch is going to say he's confused too. So I'll set it up for everybody. So you have not been on the show for a while, Chris. I've been saying this entire time, and Clutch has finally agreed with me, and I don't think he disputed this at all, that Seth isn't going to fight Logan Paul nor Austin Theory or anybody because his main problem is Paul Heyman. So I thought it makes sense for him to answer Brock Lesnar's challenge because that's a Paul Heyman guy. That's all that's left. Like, who cares about Logan Paul? Who cares about Austin Theory? Unless you're going to bring Braun Breaker back early, then Seth has no match other than Paul Heyman. That was it. There was nothing else. So as this was happening Raw, I watched it last night, when Paul Heyman, like, hey, check your email, all that fun stuff. It finally paid off where Seth is cleared to compete. He's not arrested anymore. All charges are dropped, which shouldn't Paul Heyman have to drop the charges? But anyway, I digress. I thought 1000%, holy shit, Braun Breaker's back. Holy shit, Braun Breaker. They fooled us again. He's not as hurt as we thought he was. He's not as hurt as we reported. We're about to get Braun Breaker out here, and he's about to beat the shit out of Seth. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Then we get Gunther. Another person with no direction heading into WrestleMania, and they just threw these two guys together because neither of them have direction. And I'm like, how freaking lazy is this? It's going to be a banger match. It's going to be a banger couple weeks with the feud. But they don't have much to build it. When's WrestleMania? Next week? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And where does Gunther align with Paul? This whole thing was confusing. It was just like we have nothing for Gunther and we have nothing for Seth.
Yep.
So let's just throw them together. This was AEW 101. This was. But I'm here for the match. So, Clutch, did I miss anything? Like, was there a segment with Gunther and Paul? Like, what is happening?
No, there was absolutely nothing. And I am so angry at creative for making me not excited for a Gunther match. And I thought that's very hard to do. And to make it even worse, I saw a report, and I think it's a pretty solid source, but I don't know if it's true or not, honestly, that they said Braun Breaker is indeed cleared to wrestle in the ring. And they did not pursue that match for WrestleMania because they want to give it a proper build. The build, to me, is already there. You don't need any more proper than that. It's already right there for the taking on a silver platter. And if that's the case, I think WWE just did the classic thing of overthinking this way too much instead of putting the match that should be at WrestleMania. You said it. Gunther and Seth is going to be a great match. And they're going to have a good build for 2 weeks. But it doesn't make sense. Where does Paul Heyman fit into all this? Because he's been the main focus on the feud forever. Is he just going to step aside and now it's a Gunther problem? Is he going to help Gunther? Is he going to cost Seth later on? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And if it's actually true that Braun is actually cleared and you're keeping him off WrestleMania, that's such a bad move.
Agreed. Agreed 100%. Like, what does Gunther have to do with Seth Rollins? Why? What does he have to prove? His whole gimmick is I thought he was fighting Rey Mysterio right at WrestleMania. That was a rumor.
Yeah, and then Ray's hurt.
Rey's hurt. So like again, two guys that just call this match like the battle between opponents who got hurt because that's what happened. And they're like, well, we got nothing else to do. Like, I'd much rather them. I don't know. I can't say I'd much rather them do this or that because there's not this or that. It's just a match, and it's just gonna be a fun match. It's gonna be you know what's gonna be? It's gonna be the second match on the card, like night 2. You know, it's just gonna be some random like, oh, here it is. That's it. Like, what's Gunther's problem? I guess we'll hear on Monday, but that's a long time to wait.
No,
3 hours of SmackDown. Why can't we hear it? We saw Cody on Raw. Why can't we see SmackDown guys, or Raw guys on SmackDown? We might.
maybe this close to Mania we'll have some crossover, some wild cards, if you will.
We should have some wild cards. I remember those. Those are terrible.
Yes.
Before we get into more WWE, I do want to take a quick break and talk about your shirt, that company, that brand.
I wore it just for you.
Yeah.
I knew you said you were excited to talk about them.
I was. And I'm excited for a reason that many people probably are surprised by. But I've been saying this, and Clutch, you should not be surprised at all. Keep Jericho away from my television. Even though he's one of my favorites, I understand he's not good anymore. I understand he's terrible. And I've seen all you sickos and you fucking idiots out there who are, oh, the WWE fan base is in shambles. No, we are celebrating. We don't have to see Chris Jericho. At least I am. So have fun with Jericho. For real. But that being said, Jericho is now back in AEW. What value, if he would have came back to WWE, in reality, would he have offered WWE? What kind of value do you think he would have had for at least a year run? I'm gonna let Clutch go first because I think he's got the pulse. His head was that ear on the pulse. I don't know. You know more about this situation. What were you thinking when he debuted or not debuted, returned in AEW? And were you very happy like I was?
I was happy. The only reason I wanted Jericho in WWE, and I did at some point, is two reasons actually. One, to hear "Break the Walls Down" again. Love that song. Two, selfish reasons. Wanted him in the video game, the WWE 2K. But yeah, that was the only two reasons. I saw what happened in AEW. Cool, I guess. It's more funny for me to see online the AEW fans that said, no, Jericho sucks now. He's washed. It doesn't matter if he goes, whatever. Now it's a huge return and they love it. And then the WWE guys who are like, yeah, Jericho's great. We're going to have him, the few of them, because there are not many. Then now all of a sudden now Jericho's washed and not worth anything and keep him, Tony Khan. So it's funny to see the reactions. The plan for Jericho that I was hoping for, if he had come back to WWE, was just honestly a small run, an eventual match with Gunther, tap out, career over. Ta-da.
I know who's on the phone with Randy.
Chris Jericho.
It's Kevin Owens.
Oh, shit.
Just came out of left field there.
Who hates Cody more than Randy? Kevin Owens. Who was teaming with Cody at the time when all this was going down? Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I would not be surprised if we see Kevin Owens return pretty soon, or at least in some. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I just came to my mind. If I didn't
just have an epiphany, a wrestling epiphany there,
it has to be Kevin Owens. No one's thinking about him right now.
As early as tonight, maybe.
Nobody's thinking about him. We'll see. Anyway, I don't know if that would make sense at all, but still,
it doesn't make sense to the whole royal family claim that
you're right.
That Randy's putting out there.
You're right. Royal family. Anyway, let's get back to I don't know what we're talking about. Sorry, Kevin Owens took over. Oh, Chris Jericho. I'm sorry, Bobby. Yes, again, I don't watch AEW as much as I used to anymore. I'm definitely not going to watch it because he's on that channel. But I will say this: good to see him. He's in good shape. He does what he always does. Comes out, says nothing, has abs, and then 5 months from now he'll be super fat and nobody was going to want him. They're going to be like, please retire. So
Do you think that he was trying to come back to WWE and they just couldn't work it out, and then he circled back to AEW?
yeah, it makes sense because his comments were like trashing AEW, trashing AEW, trashing AEW. And then
Mhm.
you saw, if you paid attention to Jericho, he started praising AEW again. And that was right before the Royal Rumble. And that's when I knew he's not showing up for the Rumble. I never thought he was going to be in WWE because he started sucking up the AEW again. I'm like, he'll be there soon.
Yeah.
Glad he is. I'm glad he's on that team and not the team that I watch on a weekly basis. Although I will say, AEW is getting very entertaining. Like the clips, the highlights, Will Ospreay's back, Kenny Omega's in the World Championship match against MJF. Like things are looking up on that side. If in case you wanted to check it out, Clutch. I know you're a big fan, massive fan. Tony Storm's out for a long time, thank goodness. Like I was over her. I was over her big time. So things are looking up over there on the AEW front, especially because Jericho's back. Now, if we just get Sammy Guevara back, I'm in. Oh, we just got Adam Copeland back and Christian.
Everyone's coming back.
Everyone's coming back. AEW's hot again, Chris. It's like 2019 all over again. That's what they're saying.
No. So
Speaking of
another 3-year magical run.
I hope so. But speaking about main events and people that are back, CM Punk is obviously back. He's the world champion. He's going against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Both are baby faces, both are heels. Both the fans chant for Roman. They boo for Roman. Like it's just such a weird time. And can I just say, fast forward to segment number 1, the fans booed when Cody didn't beat the shit out of Stephanie. I just want to point that out there. Y'all heard that, right? The fans booed when Cody didn't do anything to Stephanie. Fans are fucking psycho. They just want violence all the time. CM Punk can slam Roman through a table. Roman can slam CM Punk through a table. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
This is one of those matches where everybody's just rooting for a good time.
Yep.
And I'm in on it, Chris. I am in on it. So with you not watching a lot, just with this segment, who are the fans going to back the most when the match actually happens?
That's tough because, like you said, they're both kind of like a baby face, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to back CM Punk more out of the two of them because this is finally his chance to main event WrestleMania. Roman's done it plenty of times before. I mean, he's done it like every year now. So when it comes down to it, I think they'll lean slightly more Punk than Roman. But yeah, you're right. Every segment, everyone's just happy. They're having a great time cheering this thing along. Definitely a good WrestleMania and match and a main event match at that.
I agree. So, Klutz, what do you think? You think they're going to boo Roman?
I'm genuinely predicting a 50-50 split. And maybe in the match there's like a turn where they feel more sympathy for one guy than the other. In that sense, if it were to happen, then I think it would go more towards Punk because Punk is he has that ability to look like they've beat the shit out of him after just 1 minute of wrestling. So I think it's going to start off as like a 50-50 split, just feel the energy, whatever. Very honestly, very Rock Hogan-esque. And then we'll settle into the match and see how the crowd folds into that.
I 1000% agree with you. I do think in the end, CM Punk has to win this match. We'll do our predictions closer to WrestleMania. We'll have a whole prediction show where Chris will put his title on the line, and we will take that title from Chris. And it's going to be a glorious day, a very, very glorious day. But in the meantime, I do want to hit up one more topic before we do go, I think. Or maybe 2 more topics. They'll both be quick. Let's start with the women. I'm going to ask a general question. Be honest. I understand women's wrestling matter. I get it. I understand. But does anyone does anyone care about anything that's going on in the women's division? I'm just asking as a friend because I can tell you I don't. That goes with the tag team championship, Fatal Four. They always do some multi women match, which is so lame. That goes with Liv and what's her name? Stephanie. I don't care. And I definitely don't care about Jade and Rhea. Am I off? Like, am I the wrong person here? Clutch, you're more in depth. You're more in tune than I am with this stuff.
I'm not into Jade and Rhea at all. Never have been, never will be. There's, I mean, Stephanie and Liv has the potential to be like a really good match, but first we have to get there. And the most I've popped for this is when Liv called Stephanie a puta, which sorry, Bobby. And then I don't know. You go to okay. Listen, I'm still an AJ Lee fan. I know you're not, Josh. AJ and Becky had potential, but for some reason they left them both off the Madison Square Garden card. So it kind of made it feel weird, even though I think AJ was there because I saw something on Instagram and also Becky. So that one didn't make sense to me. I think they could have done more there. But yeah, the women's like storylines and showdowns up to WrestleMania are usually a big deal. You look forward to them. You look forward to Io and Bailey in years past. You go even further back, Bianca and Sasha, things like that. You look forward to these matches. Asuka and Charlotte, or no, I'm thinking of Charlotte and Rhea. Sorry, and
Tiffany and Charlotte was better than this.
Jesus,
it was.
But yeah, we get to this point where this year it doesn't feel like that. It feels like the men are actually carrying a heavy like responsibility of the load here.
It's like when Liv comes out there, and God, I love Liv. Like she's to me the best women's wrestler in the world. And she comes out there though, she's a heel and she's smaller than all the other girls. You know she's not as badass as Stephanie as far as in the ring. And she comes out there and she straight up challenges her to come out there to fight her. That's not what heels do. And all I could think of was like, okay, where's Raquel? Where's Raquel? Raquel's going to come out and beat the crap out of Stephanie before she even gets to the. What's going on? What's going on? And they just fight. And I'm like, oh, so heels are just cool now? Like, especially her, who's smaller, who doesn't have the athleticism as, like, doesn't show it, right? As, like, a Stephanie Becker or anything like that. They just fight. Like, that was so weird to me. And then you get the worst women's wrestler in the history of the world, Roxanne Perez, come out and throw her little windmill things. And it's like, I'm out. I'm done with this feud. Like, I'm just so done with it. If you're going to have someone run in, the person that runs in to help can't be 4 times smaller than every other girl on the card and can't throw the fakest punches in the world. Raquel was that spot. But you know what they did with Raquel? They put her in a match that we all fast forwarded against Elo Sky later in the card for no reason. Literally no reason. That's what they did. I don't know what happened in that match. I fast forwarded it. Raquel would have been much better used in this segment. Am I wrong? Am I crazy?
I'm crazy. You're crazy for part of it. Did you say Raquel was the worst women's wrestler?
No, Roxanne Perez. She's the worst women's wrestler in the history of the world.
In the history of the world.
The history of it for women who claim to be good in the ring. Like for people who go, man, she's really.
Oh, wait,
good
no, you didn't say all this. You just said she was the worst in the history of the world. And
she's by far the most overrated wrestler I've ever seen. Women or men.
Well, there was that one. What's her name? The redheaded Evo.
Yeah. I get
That's the worst one ever in the world. Okay, I just want to correct you there real quick.
Santina, whatever her name was, Morella or Vicky Guerrero probably are worse. But I understand where you're going, Chris. And that's not a shot at Roxanne Perez, but she's just not good. And she should just be a mouthpiece, honestly. Clutch, am I hurting your feelings? I'm so sorry.
Listen, I was a big fan of Roxanne in NXT, and I don't know. He hasn't definitely not shown what I've seen before in NXT up in the main roster, so I can't really defend her in that sense. But I do think worst wrestler in the history of the world is a little too bad. Too much.
I mean, it might be, but hey, what are we doing, right? What are we doing? And she's one of the worst. She looks good. but she doesn't look good. Her punches, I just can't get over you know what I'm talking about, Clutch. The windmill things that look like just complete dog shit.
The way that they don't connect reminds me of Shane McMahon's punches.
Yeah, he's pretty bad at that too. And the last thing I want to talk about, which might be the most important, honestly, we saw a title change. We saw the Vision win tag team championships. We saw IShowSpeed get involved on accident, possibly. LA Knight has been cool with Jimmy, iffy with Jay for the past week. So, Chris, if you don't know, Jay Uso has been a crazy person again, and Jimmy's kind of like the voice of reason. Jimmy, to my opinion, maybe Clutch is wrong, but Jimmy's been the best Uso in this whole saga, this whole storyline. Jimmy's been phenomenal. Jay has been more of like the hothead, whatever. He's still good, but I like the way Jimmy's been the cool guy, like the nice cop. I don't know what they're doing. I thought, okay, we're gonna get LA Knight versus Jay. Are we gonna get LA Knight and a tag team partner of his choice versus the Usos for the championships? Well, he's feuding with the Vision. Like I'm kind of at where this is where I'm at. And if you've seen other things, let me know. I've not seen anything. It's going to be the Vision and IShowSpeed versus the Usos and LA Knight. Is that what we're setting up for? Is that what you saw, Chris? Clutch, is that what you saw?
I think it's gonna be a 6-man tag. Yeah.
Was a little confused by them winning the tag titles. And I figured they're gonna pull IShowSpeed. IShowSpeed, how do you say his name? IShowSpeed. There you go. For his involvement though, real quick, it looks like, are they just gonna keep him as like kind of like how Asuka has Kairi Sane? Like they're gonna drag him along against his will and make it, oh yeah, you're part of the team, and just kind of keep him around through Mania. Because I think that could be kind of entertaining. Like force him to kind of be a heel, even though he's not trying to be a heel.
Or Clutch said Braun Breaker's back. We saw what Braun Breaker did to IShowSpeed last time they were together. IShowSpeed comes out, like does his thing. Braun Breaker crushes him. He replaces him. Now we have a real 6-man tag team match.
Yeah.
But what a waste of Braun Breaker if that's true.
Yeah. Bring him back in a 6-man tag.
It doesn't make sense to have, like, IShowSpeed is clearly the weak link, and the heels wouldn't want the weak link on their team. That's like more of a babyface thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. At this point, my hope is that if Braun Breaker is going to show up at WrestleMania, which I hope he does, it's to cost Seth the match against Gunther, and that's where I would rather have him than a 6-man tag. By the way, the 6-man tag or this whole IShowSpeed and LA Knight thing has gathered a little bit of interest and build, and I appreciate that because I don't know if you saw, IShowSpeed had a live stream on his YouTube, and he was in his house, and LA Knight came to his house and threw him into the streaming setup, and it was pretty funny, and I liked it. And I think the one thing I think about Speed is that he could, if he can get at least a little good in the ring, he can be one of those guys that you can be like, oh, he's freakishly athletic and maybe can do some wow things at WrestleMania. Maybe not to the level of Logan Paul, but Speed is extremely athletic. I've seen a few clips of him doing different things. Mm-hmm. He's actually very fast, very like can jump high, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it can make for at least a little bit of a fun moment, and that's all I can hope for from this match.
Poor LA Knight, always stuck in these types of matches.
Also, what are we doing with the theme songs? The Usos got a new theme song, and it's awful.
Day one, just us, Us. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Hey, we can't complain though. There's no more like Jey Uso in your city. He's like clapping, and he does the yeet thing. Like that's done. At least like that's done for now. So at least that's gone, right? Like we're happy about that.
Well, I'd rather have that than awful music, because that just is something they probably threw into AI and be like, change. It's just me to it's just us, and make a remix.
100%.
With bright green colors that are disgusting, and I'm not a fan.
Might as well just do the whole like ooh whatever they did when they first came out with their face paints. Might as well just do that again.
Just bring them with their old tag team theme song, which was just good enough. You can even still yeet to it because it has the same beat as Jay's. They really overthunk this and made a stupid theme song, which I have beef with the WWE theme songs, and I can do a whole show about this. So
yeah, we got beef on the WWE theme songs. I got beef too on that. I miss the originals. But hey, you know, it's 2026. We use AI for everything. Just like Dana White said, who gives a you guys see that?
oh yeah,
No one saw that?
yeah, I did.
Some reporters like, hey, people are like talking that you guys have AI graphics in your UFC broadcast. He's like, shouldn't you guys be using artists? Huh? And Joe Rogan, or fuck, what's his name? I don't even know that guy's name. Dana White. He's like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, we use AI. Gives a fuck. Just watch the fucking fights. Like, exactly. Gives a fuck. Anyway, that's it, man. That's the show. That's the whole show. We touched every single important topic. There are more important topics like Kenny Omega versus MJF, like Hangman Page losing and never being able to fight for the AEW championship ever again. Ever. That's what he said. He did the Cody Rhodes rule and he lost. There's a lot of stuff going on in AEW, but we're not going to talk about that ever because nobody cares. But we do care about Saturday. Saturday is Bobby and myself, and we'll be breaking down WrestleMania 5. We have watched WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 3, and 4, and I have them ranked all. I've been doing a live rankings. Chris, can you guess? You weren't here last time. Can you guess my rankings? WrestleMania 1 through 4, I have ranked.
Three would have to be the top, right? I'll say so. 3, 1, 4, 2.
Best WrestleMania so far is WrestleMania 4. WrestleMania 2 is the second best. WrestleMania 1 is the third best. And WrestleMania 3 is freaking awful. It is awful. Go back and watch. Go back and watch, guys.
Josh, I promise you. Hipster strikes again.
It's not hipster, Chris. It's a lot of prelim matches that last 5 minutes in 2 big matches. Yeah. The card top to bottom was boring as AF, but the Hogan Andre stuff was good, and Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man was freaking awesome. Other than that, the rest of the card was unforgettable. It was forgettable. It was truly forgettable. So that's why I have it dead last. WrestleMania 4 is my favorite. WrestleMania 5, though, we have the Mega Powers. We have Randy Macho Man Savage versus Hulk Hogan. I cannot wait. And I can't wait to see you all there Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Bobby and myself. Guys, you guys have anything to say? Outburst? You want to be there? Do you want to be there? You want to watch the show and be there, Clutch?
I don't have time to watch WrestleMania back.
And because you're too busy watching SmackDown. Yeah. That's why
new United States champion Sami Zayn, by the way.
Yeah, Sami Zayn is the U.S. championship. Right. He punched his ticket to WrestleMania.
Speaking of that, upset about that?
Why are they upset?
Because Carmelo Hayes.
Is Sami Zayn a bad guy now?
It might be. People are kind of upset that Carmelo lost.
I didn't know that people were upset. I'm sorry.
Because they thought he was deserving to go to Mania, and then Sami took it right before Mania. And then also, I forget who was it that the number one contender is not the number one. They just completely went a whole different direction with that title.
And so now it's going to be Sami Zayn against Trick Williams at WrestleMania for the United States Championship, which, by the way, nor here nor there, but I think it should be a triple threat match with Carmelo Hayes in it. But yeah,
Clutch is one of the angry people. I can see that. I just follow business, and Sami Zayn's good for business. He's going to sell tickets. That's what they're doing now, people. If you haven't paid attention, they are scrambling because they're not doing so well in sales. That's why Mr. John Cena is the host of WrestleMania. Is that going to sell a couple more tickets? Possibly. I see people are upset with that as well. But they're trying to sell tickets. They really shot themselves in the foot. If they would have stayed in New Orleans, I think they would have been sold out already. But they had to get fancy and take the more money in Las Vegas, and now they're failing again. So I wish I could afford tickets, but I can't. You priced us out. You did. Yep. You priced us out of tickets.
What is it now? How much are there tickets now? I was thinking about this today, how I was supposed to go to COVID Mania before it was COVID Mania. Bought tickets for that, and I thought I was going to splurge on tickets and spend over 200 to sit in the club level 200 section with access to the AC area at about the 50-yard line on this which would have been center of the ring. And I thought I was splurging back then for like $220 tickets. What is it, like $500 just to get into the building at the very top corner nosebleed?
Most likely. And that's just not for me. No, thank you. And it's not for the normal fans. So we are getting priced out, unfortunately, but we all still love wrestling and we're going to watch SmackDown. Well, I'm not going to watch it. Clutch is going to watch SmackDown tonight and let us know what's going on.
Is that why you won't go to Backlash? They've priced you out?
When's Backlash coming here?
May? I texted you about it. I said, are we going? And you said no, like almost immediately.
No, I'm not going to go to Backlash. You know why? Because you're last time I went to a WWE event, just me and my son, I spent $300 on tickets.
Yeah, probably. It's probably ridiculous priced.
And we left within the first hour.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to be there. So it's not worth my money anymore. But anyway, that being said, catch you guys Saturday. Clutch, thank you so much for showing up. Chris, stop with these Friday shows, bro. We got to watch SmackDown. Period. Oh, Clutch, did you buy WWE 2K? You said the video game. You're selfish.
I did.
How is it?
I like it. I do think they're going for the money and the very cheap. You have to buy a ringside pass, and then if you want the cool things, and yeah, they're just very
the battle pass thing, like where you have to play and earn points. Fuck that. I'm just trying to pick up a game, play a Hell in a Cell, throw Cody Rhodes off the roof, and then
they do have new match types, which I love. They have 3 stages of Hell is back, Inferno match, cool stuff.
I saw that. How is it with like throwing people off cages? It's very like so difficult. Like in the game I have from last year. It's just the Hell in a Cell is the worst game mode in all the games because there's no room around the apron. You walk like a robot. You know what I'm talking about, right, Clutch? It's the worst. Did they fix all that yet?
No, they still have the whole walking around like a kind of like a robot. They did add like ragdoll that like stuff, so it actually like the falls look more realistic. You can like power bomb on steel steps and do cool things like that. So I like that part of things. And throwing off the cell, you get the whole like ragdoll motion. So I think that's pretty cool, at least.
Just to try to throw someone through an announce table or a table in this game, it's almost impossible. Like you have to throw them to him. They have to lean against the table. You got to go up to him, press R1 to put him on the table. Like I just want to power bomb someone through a table without doing the extra steps. And I think this new game you could do that. But I'm not paying $120 just to do that. That's the price. How much did you pay? You don't have to tell me. I am asking you though. How much did you pay?
Let's say I got the best version.
He's so rich. He has ringside seats every single WWE event. He's got like the most expensive version you could be in WWE 2K. Hey, but I respect it though. I really, really do. So with that being said, I'm gonna go play WWE the old version 2K game and cry as I try to throw someone through a power bomb through someone a table. Well, you can just do it free. You can play as Oba Femi and throw Brock Lesnar as much as you want through any table. So have fun with that. We'll be back next week. Is next week our WrestleMania preview? When's Mania?
No.
It's the 18th and 19th. So we have 2 more Raws and 2 more of our shows.
All right, cool. So we'll see you then, guys. Until then, peace out. Sorry, Bobby, for all the cussing. Sorry.